and I am a 30-something living alone, and this video is all about how I manage food. One of the biggest differences I find for people who are living alone rather than living with others is managing food. In this video, I'm going to show you how I plan and organize and shop and what I eat in a week, being just me. Let's dive in. I have got my laptop set up ready to go, and we're going to do some meal planning. A little iced hazelnut latte to get me through my meal planning. So I do all of my meal planning. Basically, I organize my whole life in Notion. So this is my hub that kind of links to everything. And I've got my meal planner and I've got my shopping list. So they're the two key things in Notion that I use to organize my food. So I always start with the meal planner. And so I have been away for the last week. So I'm really kind of starting from fresh. Usually what happens is that I will cook something, say on like the Saturday, and then I'll know how many serves I have and I pop that into the days coming up. But we're really starting with a blank slate this week. Okay, so today's the 12th, so let's just set this up. All right, so as you can see, I've got 3 weeks ahead kind of set up there with each day, and then if there's anything important on, I normally pop in like a little italic thing. This coming Thursday is, I actually don't know if I've got a netball game or not. Possibly netball, but it is also Thanksgiving. My sister's family are American, so we're going to be doing a Thanksgiving dinner, I think on the Thursday. So I'll just kind of put that in so that I know what's coming up. All right, and then I usually try to pick about 3 meals that I'm going to cook, and I also think about what food I'm going to take to work with me on the 3 days that I don't work from home. My favorite place to find recipes and get inspiration is Pinterest. Okay, so on my Pinterest, I have a board purely for food. And so my main board is just every kind of food that I might like to try, every recipe that sounds good. And then I also have a folder of tried and tested. So these are recipes that I have previously made, that I enjoyed, that I know I like. So taco pasta, ramen bowls, Mongolian beef, ravioli bake, all these kind of things that I have tried, tested, and I know that I enjoy. So basically every week I sit down, sometimes I do it on my computer. I often just do it like on my phone, scrolling through while I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. Like it doesn't have to be a big task or like a time consuming thing, but I just go through and I look for what would I be interested in eating this week. If I have some leftovers in here, so maybe I should actually check my freezer and see what I've got, because I think I have a couple of leftover meals. Okay, so I looked in the freezer and I have one seafood chowder frozen meal that I've cooked previously. So I've just popped that in on Tuesday. And I have 2 frozen chicken burrito meals. So I'll put one of those in there, and I might save one of those for next week. So this is why I have like future weeks laid out and all the days coming up, because I look at what I've got in my freezer and I work out where things are going to fit in. And the main reason for doing that is because I have limited freezer space, but also I just don't want to waste food, and I'm trying to, work to a budget. So I like to know how much food I actually need or want to buy. Okay, so that gives me Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday I'm pretty sure, I'll have to check with my sister, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to their house for Thanksgiving dinner. So then, really, I think for shopping, I just want to make 2 meals this week. So I'm not going to do a third. I'm just going to do 2 meals and make sure I've got some lunch food. Okay, so I go back to my Pinterest board and I find what I would like to make, knowing that I already got a seafood dish and I've got a chicken dish. So I might like to mix it up a little. And so when I'm picking meals, I try to think about what freezes well. So I personally know that I don't like mushrooms when they've gone in the freezer and then been reheated, so I try not to pick meals with those things in it that I know I don't like when I have to reheat them. And I try to pick things that can be reheated. So like I don't make like, you know, a salad that serves 4 and then try and save that. If I want to have something fresh like that, I will have to think about how am I going to be able to buy enough ingredients that maybe I only eat it 2 days and then I eat it like 2 days in a row so that it stays fresh. So that's why I think the planning is so important when you live by yourself, because you don't want to waste, basically. First meal. It's a grilled chicken and asparagus pesto pasta. So I'm just going to grab the link. I will put it in my Pinterest board, but I also just grab the link. And then over here, meal 1, grilled chicken and asparagus pasta. And I just pop the link in so that when I go to cook it, I can find what I'm doing. And then if you look at the recipe, it serves how many? 4. The yield is 4 servings. So what I do is I go in and I say I'm cooking it Sunday, and so then I work out where am I going to eat the 3 leftovers. I will freeze them so I don't have to eat them straight away. I get to have a little bit of variety, because in the past I've tried doing like cook one big thing and then eat it until it's gone, but it gets a little bit monotonous. I don't love having to eat the same thing every day. So I just put down, I'm cooking it on Sunday and then I'm going to eat it again Saturday. It's a good one. The netball days, pasta, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe there. So I've spread it out over the next 3 weeks. All right, so now I need to find my second meal. All right, and for my second meal, I'm going to do a loaded roasted cauliflower, which is kind of like a side, but I'm going to do it as a main because that sounds delicious. And I love loaded fries, but this sounds like a much healthier way to do that. So grab the link, pop it in, meal 2, loaded roasted cauliflower. And it is 4 to 6 side dishes. So I'm going to put it in as 4 meals, but if I make it and it's smaller, I'll just change it from there. So I'll cook that tomorrow. And I'll put it in there. Sometimes I leave the weekends, like a Friday or a Saturday night, free or empty so that I can just kind of grab whatever I want. I might grab something that just goes in the oven real quick, like a frozen, like arancini or a frozen pizza, or I might get takeaway, or I might have dinner with my family. So it's all flexible, and that's why I love putting it in Notion, because I can just update it and change it from my phone and everything. But it allows me to just really quickly and easily look at my meal planner and go, that's what I'm cooking, that's what I need to organize or get out of the freezer or whatever. It just keeps me organized. Okay, and then for work, I will get some bananas, I think, for my fruit. And I think I have some muesli bars still in the cupboard. Yeah, I have exactly 3 muesli bars left. I buy the Carmen's protein bars, so I don't need to buy any of those this week. So I've got muesli bars. And then what do I want to eat? Sometimes I do my dinner leftovers as lunch, if it kind of fits in, but I think I'm just gonna do like crackers, cheese, maybe buy some dip, Twiggy sticks, like a little snacky box for lunch this week. Perfect. Okay, so there's my plan. I know what I'm eating. Now I need to transfer everything I need into the shopping list, which is also on Notion. So I just click over to my shopping list. And there's a couple of things there that I have been writing down as I think of things. Another reason I love Notion, and the fact that it's on my phone and my computer and everywhere I need it. All right. So for our grilled chicken, I need 2 chicken breasts. So that is the planning done. I'm going to go shopping a little bit later this afternoon, and yeah, keep watching. I'm going to show you what I eat all week. I'm making the chicken, asparagus, pasta, pesto pasta. When I'm planning what meals I'm going to eat in the week, I obviously think about like what I've got in the freezer, what I've got in the cupboard or the fridge, and what I'm going to buy in that way. But I also think about which nights I might not feel like cooking. Like on a Thursday night, I don't even have time to cook because I have netball and I play netball in a town that's about half an hour away. So I like to consider that when I'm working out what to eat and what to cook. So for example, I cook pretty much every Sunday night because it's usually a cruisy day and I have time. I usually cook on a Monday night because I work from home on a Monday, but then I will usually prefer to have like my reheated leftover meals Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because those are my busier days working at the dog kennel, and I don't always like have the energy and want to cook when I get home from those. So that kind of works for me. It's one of the things when you live alone is that nobody is ever going to have thought about or prepared dinner for you when you have plans or get home late, because there is no one else living with you. So you have to have it sorted yourself, and for me, this is how I've just come to make it work. I have lived by myself for, oh gosh, I've been in here for like 4 years, and then I lived by myself for a year in Canberra as well. So like I've lived by myself, completely by myself for like 5 years. So I've gotten pretty good at knowing like how to plan ahead and what I will, when I will want to cook and when I won't, and things like that. Taste test, and it is good. So now I serve it up into its 4 serves, so that I know that I've got 4 serves. Like I don't try and serve up what I'm going to eat today and kind of guess how much. If the recipe says it serves 4, I get my 4 bowls, containers, and I serve it up as 4 meals. And I do need some new containers. But we've got 3 containers and 1 bowl for today's portion. And I'm going to serve it up. Simple but tasty, and it should freeze really well. And in like just over half an hour, I have 4 meals done. perfect. So I'm going to leave those out for a little bit, the ones that are going to get frozen, just so they can cool down. I don't like to close them up and put them in the freezer when they're too hot, so I leave them just sitting at the back of the bench there. I'm going to add a little bit more Parmesan cheese. There. All right, now I'm ready to sit down and eat my dinner. I am watching the new season of Selling Sunsets at the moment. I don't know if I'm enjoying it as much as I did when it was like a new series. The drama this season is just feeling very manufactured. It's like the producers have just gone around and like told everyone that somebody said something just to get the drama, which it's just not that entertaining. So anyway, I'm still watching it. They obviously got me hooked, so, but oh my gosh, this looks so good. Just all things I really enjoy. All right, so I'm gonna go watch those sunsets and eat my pasta, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, you are getting me post-shower minimal effort. I took Mason to the beach this afternoon and I need to get the sand off me, so no filter. I am making my baked cauliflower, loaded cauliflower recipe. I just opened a packet of shortcut bacon and I only need maybe half of this for what I'm making. So what I do when I buy things like that, where I just am not going to use it all, is grab a freezer bag and I'll just put whatever I'm not going to use in the freezer bag, chuck it in the freezer. Then when I make my menu next week or the week after, I will pick something that uses up the rest of my bacon. So yeah, I try to get on top of that and just get things straight in the freezer so they don't sit in the fridge, because if things sit in the fridge and I don't have a plan for them, that's when I waste food. I also made the decision, wow, that bacon cooking is loud, but I also made the decision to only buy one head of cauliflower. I just thought that 2 was excessive, especially for a recipe that I've never made before. So I'm just gonna do the 1 and we'll see how many meals I get out of it. Now, for lunch today, I ended up eating Macca's. I had a crispy Caesar wrap, and it is just a prime example of what happens when I haven't planned what I'm going to eat. So I didn't realize, but I didn't even think about lunch for today. I've got all my lunch food ready to go for work this week, but I didn't buy anything specifically to eat today. And then I took Mason over to see Dad and my sister, and then I was coming home and I took him for a swim at the beach, and I was just all over the place. Anyway, so I had McDonald's, which is fine, but when I'm not organized, buying little takeout meals like that, the cost really adds up, and obviously nutritionally it's just not the best choice you can make. So yeah, this is why I think that planning what you're going to eat and planning your meals is so important when you live alone, but you know, probably when you don't as well, just in general. Is there a way to cut up cauliflower where you don't just make a huge mess? I just get it everywhere, every time. Like, there's just little bits of cauliflower everywhere. Okay, so slight change in plans. When I originally sat down and did my meal plan, I thought this was going to be 4 meals. So 1 that I would eat today and then 3 that I would freeze. But I explained already, I bought half as much cauliflower just because I hadn't tried the recipe. I wasn't sure what it was going to be like to freeze. And anyway, looking at how much food I've got in the oven right now, I think it's going to be 2 meals. So yeah, sometimes you just have to be flexible. I am going to do them both as eat now, eat this week meals. I'm not going to freeze it just because one of the key ingredients is this green onion, and there aren't a lot of other ingredients. I just don't think it's going to freeze well. I just don't think the cauliflower will be as good frozen because it's a nice crispy baked cauliflower. And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to put them both just into bowls, and then I will just rearrange my plan. I will probably just pick something that I was meant to eat maybe tomorrow that was frozen and swap that out for this, which I will just pop in the fridge, cover it with some Glad wrap, and yeah. So yeah, it's one of the reasons that I like doing my meal planning in Notion, because it's just so easy to move things around and update and see what I've got, you know, frozen or planned or coming up. And yeah, just one of the things about living alone is being flexible, and also it's one of the benefits of cooking for yourself and living alone is that you can just be flexible. No one is expecting anything different. Good morning. I am just putting together my food for lunch for work today. And I realised I haven't spoken to you about breakfast yet. And basically the reason for that is I don't eat breakfast. So a few years ago, I did like a health program coaching thing, and part of that was intermittent fasting. And so while I don't follow the program at all anymore, I have stuck with the intermittent fasting. It works for me. I'm just not that big of a breakfast person. I hate having to get it organized, and it just takes energy and time in the morning that I don't have. So I much prefer to eat at around about 10:30, 11. So I take a break at work at 11, and I usually have a coffee and some fruit and some kind of snack, and that's when I start eating for the day. I'm definitely not saying that it's the right thing for everybody to do, but it just works for me. One thing I am mindful of is then eating enough food during the rest of the day. So I'm not like skipping a meal in terms of trying to eat less food. I just have my eating window is a little bit later. So I still try to eat the same amount of like calories. I don't count them, but I did in the past. So I know that I need to eat more food at like lunch and dinner to make up for the fact that I didn't eat breakfast. I just realized I forgot to buy carrot sticks. Normally if I have like this kind of like snacky lunch, I have carrot sticks with my dip. So, whoops. Lunch is ready to go. I have just gotten home from work. I'm going to feed Mason, and then I'm going to eat my dinner. It's just the cauliflower leftovers, so it is super easy. I just love having leftovers and not having to cook when I've been at work all day, because by the time I get home, so I finish work at 5, then Mason goes to my parents' house during the day. So when I finish work, I go to their place. I usually have like a coffee, catch up with them, pick up Mason. And so by the time I get back to my place, like I've just gotten home and it's already 6 o'clock. So it's just so much easier to have leftovers. Yeah, I will eat the cauliflower because I made that yesterday and I didn't freeze it. And yeah, I just think it will taste better being reheated rather than being heated from frozen. So easy peasy, simple dinner tonight. Just a little after dinner banana paddle pop snack. Don't mind if I do. Yum. Happy hump day. I have just gotten home. I'm having a super duper no sugar. I did not intentionally buy the no sugar super duper. I just looked there on sale and grabbed it. And it wasn't actually until I got them home to put them in the freezer that I realized it was the no sugar version. But tastes the same, so fine. Yum. Anyway, I just had dinner at my parents' place. That wasn't the plan, but I was there after work having a coffee, and my dad was cooking, and it smelled delicious, and Mum asked if I wanted to stay, and basically Dad had made like a big pot of a bolognese. It was like a lamb, bacon. It was delicious, and there was garlic bread, and so I was not going to say no to sticking around and eating that. So that's what I did for dinner. And that's why I don't like to have a lot of leftovers or things I need to cook sitting in my fridge, because if I had been planning to cook something tonight and there was fresh ingredients waiting to be cooked, it wouldn't have got done. It won't happen tomorrow because I've got netball Friday. I just often don't end up cooking. So anyway, that's why I like to do my cooking early on in the week, and that's why I then like to have things frozen, because they last and I can be a bit more flexible. Okay, just getting ready to head to work again today, and I am packing one of my frozen meals. So this is one of the chicken asparagus pastas that I made on Sunday, I think it was, because I have netball tonight. So I go to my parents' place after work, and then I go to netball from there. I've got the same lunch packed that I've had the last few days. I've got my banana, my muesli bar, the Carmen's protein. I really like this flavor. It's the salted dark chocolate and almond. That's probably my favorite flavor. And then I've just got my little snacky lunch. Hello again, and happy Friday. I have had a really nice day. This morning I did some of my virtual assistant work, and then my mum and my nephew came over. We went for a walk, and then we had, I guess it was like brunch. It was nearly lunchtime. I had an egg and bacon roll. It was delicious. I had an iced coffee. So that's been my day. It's now dinner time. So I'm going to have just some leftovers. Nice and simple. Keep it easy. So I've got some frozen seafood chowder. I'm going to chuck that in a bowl. I'm going to heat it up in the microwave, and that'll be dinner done in under 5 minutes, which I love. So easy. I'm going to have a sneaky little ginger beer with my dinner. Happy Saturday. I have just been for a dog walk with Macy there somewhere, and my mum, and it is McHappy Day today. So back when I was living in Canberra, I did about 6 months of overnight volunteering at Ronald McDonald House at the Canberra Hospital. It was awesome. It was great to see what that charity does. And then a little while after that, I actually had an extended family member who needed to use their services, and it's just what Ronald McDonald House charities do is awesome. It's amazing. No matter how you feel about McDonald's, the corporation, the stuff that the charity does is incredible. So I just went and got my Big Mac. It's like the one day of the year when I order a Big Mac. And I got my socks, and I get the McHappy Day socks every single year. I can show you my collection. It's getting pretty out of hand, the amount of ridiculous McDonald's socks that I have. But that is my lunch today. And yeah, if you have the opportunity next year to support Ronald McDonald House charities or any other way that you can support them, I strongly encourage you to do so, because the work they do for families with sick kids is fantastic. They are an awesome, awesome charity. I am about to head out to dinner with my parents. A bit of impromptu plan. So we're going to go to a little Thai place, just nice little cheap spot, and yeah, grab some dinner. So that will be lovely. Nice to get out of the house and have a meal out. It's been a really nice, lovely day weather-wise. So yeah. nice way to finish off this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit subscribe. It helps me out so much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.